Hello, and welcome to today's episode of No Icing with Dritta. Um, Today, we have very special guests, and also we are live on YouTube right now as well. If anyone would like to join us there, um, today we have very special guests, and a few guests. One of them was very cold for a long time, like decades, freezing cold. Like I think he was human ice cube at one time, and then maybe he defrost. I don't know, but also we have Renee Jaworski, my sister, and a very special guest. Um, the someone messed up the poster, and they said the worst possible horrible guest in the world. But I said this is funny. Maybe this people will think is funny, but he's not the worst. He's actually the best, but somebody messed up on the poster, so I'm going to fire that person later. Renee, we will. Where are you, Renee?
I heard when I saw the poster, and I felt like actually it was opposite day and we were in Bizarro World, because it's true that Troy Moore is the best guest ever. He is solid. He's a professional. He's talented. He's stunningly good looking, as we saw in the green room. I mean, so ladies, it's like a bunch of eye candy. Now, Shugor, the other guest, is not so pretty on the eyes. I hate to say that, but I think it's because he was frozen. He probably was good looking at one point in time, is my guess.
I think so, but not anybody in my show. Renee hasn't met Shugor yet, And when I hear his name, I think of like Jimmy Shoe, the shoes company. I think of Jimmy Shoes, like Jimmy Shugor. I think we should change his name.
I think we should change it.
Okay, should we bring him up?
I think we should bring him up, and I think of Sugar, like that he was probably really a heartthrob back in his day. I think he was like a sugar baby, I think.
Okay, let me bring him up. Hold on. Let me see if he can find him. He might still be defrosting.
Oh, he might still be defrosting. It does take a while to defrost.
Hello.
I'm already defrosted.
Oh, there he is.
I'm already defrosted. Don't worry.
I'm already defrosted.
They defrosted me a couple of years ago in laboratory.
How did you defrost so fast? Like, how long did it take?
No, I think they had to do it very slowly, and because my body would have some kind of shock, So they were able to do it. I was frozen for 400 years.
Wow.
In the Romanian Alps.
Were you thinking or dreaming, or was it just total darkness?
I can't remember my dreams. I never can. Never can remember my dreams.
So what happened when you woke up, and why did you wake up?
I woke up, and it's different time. You have all these things that you have today. I did not have 400 years ago. So
what's the first thing you saw?
I was confused.
And then you looked around, and what happened the first time? Like, did you see, like, what do you think about iPhones and all of that? What do you think about technology? You like them? So can you use an iPhone?
I like Netflix.
Wow.
This is my favorite. I watch what other people do in the Netflix. Sometimes people kill each other. Sometimes people, help each other. It's interesting.
What about human nature, Shugor? Has it changed a lot in the last 400 years?
Everybody moves faster now. Back 400 years ago, we did not have to move so fast.
Well, you know what,
So
Sugar? I gonna call you. Can I call you Jimmy Sugar, like after the shoe brand?
No,
You know
name
the
is just
Sugar
Sugar.
designer. Just
sure.
Sugar.
Okay, sure.
Sugar.
Sugar. Okay.
Well, you are already big hit, Sugar, because lots of comments. Comment section is going crazy over you right now.
They want to know what's up with the chain. What is the chain about
Comment,
Sugar?
comment section. I don't know
Comments,
what that
yes.
is.
The people, it's people watching you and they're communicating with you and they want to know what
I
your
don't know
chain is
what that is.
about.
I don't cut my hair.
Okay, but why are you wearing a
Getting in my
chain?
face like cat hair.
But why are you wearing a chain?
I do that. I always I like it. They put it on
But
me. They put it on me before when I was at the institute in Romania, and I broke it, and I just kind of kept it. I like it.
what is the institute?
There is a college institute in Romania. It's the Romanian. I can't remember. My memory not so good because I was frozen.
We need to know more about the chain, Sugar. I feel
I think
like
when
you're
they thawed my
holding
brain
back.
out that something was bad.
I feel like there's something about that chain that you don't want to tell us.
No, again, they had me chained down when I first got unfrozen because I was
Oh.
kind of wild, and
Oh, they used it
I
to
needed to calm
restrain you.
down, I guess.
Does
So,
it make you calm to wear
so
it?
I broke the chain, and I just like the look. I think it pulls the outfit together.
It pulls
Sugar
the
again
outfit.
said you have caveman bling. Caveman bling.
What's that?
Bling
Sugar again
bling
said
is
that you
like
have caveman
jewelry,
bling.
like
Caveman
jewelry.
blink.
Like arm party,
Oh.
caveman
Oh,
bling.
I don't know what that is.
Caveman bling should be a t-shirt. So we got to do a merch campaign. It pulls the outfit together. Yeah,
You-
that was my favorite line. It pulls the outfit together.
So,
Sugar in the red carpet. He's doing the Joan Rivers right now.
who's John Rivers?
Well, she was a very popular celebrity. Who was popular in your day? Who were the people that you looked up to back 400 years ago, Sugar?
We talked about Vlad the Impaler a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did he have
He
a lot
was
of influence on you?
well. The Turks were talking a lot of smack about him. Saying
Talking
he's
smack.
yes. I've learned some of the English.
Yeah.
Um, about drinking baby's blood and stuff like that. He was very mean on the Turks.
Very mean. I think he
So,
had a
but
mental
he was
problem.
protecting the whole area.
He was quite brutal, I hope that you weren't brutal back in your former life. Were you a nice person back in
Life
your
was
day?
rough.
Mm.
I won't lie. Okay.
Okay.
But no, I was a peasant. I was not important.
What did you do to make money?
Usually I just carted things from farms into the villages. That's easy job.
And
If
what
you're
kind of
strong, you have a strong back.
if you're from Romania, do you believe in vampires? Did you ever see any vampires over
Oh
there?
yeah, yes.
They're real, right?
Vampires are very real.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, what
My
happened?
friend Davina likes
and demons.
vampires.
There are demons all over the place. Yes.
Yes, but do you notice that they're still around even in the modern times, or did we vanquish them,
I
or
haven't seen any in America since I've been here, but they're probably there.
they're probably there? Wow. So where are
They
you
don't come
living
out in the
now?
daytime.
They don't come out in the day. Yeah. So where are you living now, Sugar?
I live up in New York,
Okay.
in the village area.
Do you have a special somebody in your life, Sugar?
Yes,
Ooh.
yes, that's why I live there.
So how did you meet her?
Well, she came to one of the places where they were talking about me and unfreezing me, and she came up to me, and I was getting tired of talking about being unfrozen, and so we
Mm-hmm.
kind of disappeared, and that was ooh, almost a year ago. So we've just been having fun since then, and now I'm ready to get back into social media.
Mm-hmm. But it
You
seems
came
like
to
you're
the place.
happy. He's very good plays.
I'm okay.
You're happy. Okay.
I'm
How old are
okay.
you?
You know,
Yeah, you're
it
okay.
beats scooping up shit in Romania. So, and she
How
likes
old
me
are
because
you?
I'm a 400-year-old caveman, like somebody said.
But how old are you
I don't know why
really?
they call me cave. I never live in a cave, but
Well, you resemble what we think of as people who used to live in caves in Europe, a long time
uh,
ago during the Ice Age and stuff like that. But I guess you're more modern than a caveman. It's just that your teeth
you could
seem to
say
have
that now. Yes.
your teeth are a little you probably need to go see a dentist, most likely, just to make sure that you're healthy. Have you
Well,
been getting medical
who's got
care?
the money for that?
Well, now you're on TV, you're going to start getting money. You could put it towards that.
Need to go
Fred
to a
Bowman,
barber. That's what I need to
uh, you've been working out? Yeah, you've been working out. Fred
do.
Bowman says somebody's been working out.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, anyway.
I pick things up. That's what I do. If
Mm-hmm.
you're asking me, do I go to a big gym with all the big gym boys? No, I don't like to do this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kind of antisocial. I don't like to hang out with a lot of people. There's a lot of people wanted to hang out with me when I first got thawed out, and they were just annoying.
Mm.
Sugar, come to the party.
Well, because
Well,
you're very
I
unique.
have a special guest today that can take you maybe to some fun parties, if he has free time. I don't know. You want to meet him?
Not my cup of tea,
Okay.
as they
I
say.
think you would be a big fan of his music. Do you like music?
I do like music.
I think you might like him. You might want to stick around and
Oh
see and
yes, I
hear some
want to
good
stay
music.
on if I can.
Okay.
Here's fine. Two, three people, fine. I'm good.
Okay.
Room full of people, they're all drinking and looking and pointing at me. No,
Mm,
not so good.
okay. So what do you think, Drita? Should we bring up our other guest?
Yes. Do you want to do proper intro for me, sister?
Of course, we are about to see
Okay.
the best guest in the world. He is absolutely the best guest in the world. We love him. We know him. He's a fantastic musician, singer, songwriter. He creates music videos. He does audio engineering and musical productions. He has his own studio. He records. He's working on a project right now with Lars Nagel, another amazing musician. He's worked with Sylvia Madrano, with Diane Call. He's worked with so many wonderful musicians. I can't possibly list them all. Even me, myself, he's worked with me. He can make anything sound better than what it is, and he can take something from nothing and make it into an absolute hit. His mind is genius. I will call him literally a musical genius. So his name is T. Roy and or Troy Moore. Come on up, Troy Moore.
Woo! He is a ghost.
There you go.
He is a ghost.
We
Hello.
love you. Look at
We
him.
love you very much. Thank you for
And
coming on my show so much.
You're in the boom boom room.
we're in the boom boom room. Is this where you where you record your music and other people's music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
right over there.
Where's
This
where the
is where
magic
you do your
happens?
boom boom.
Like, see that computer? It's got tape on it. It's all fancy looking with the tape on the side. That's
All
where I do my
right.
beats, and then the one that I'm using for the video streamings, I use that for my music videos.
Wow.
A lot of people think I'm Dutch, but I'm not Dutch. I'm a businessman. I'm all up in the
A,
boards. I'm in the video. I'm a producer.
a lot of people know you for your beautiful, pristine, pitch perfect voice, but do a lot of people know that you rap? Because you're actually a fantastic rapper. Talk a little bit about your rapping and can you spit some bars?
Shit, you know what I'm saying? I've just been spitting bars since I stepped out the womb. I've been grinding since day one. But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite modest, so I wouldn't really call myself a rapper.
I think you are a rapper, and I think you're just as good as anyone out there who's doing all rap all the time. It's amazing what you can acquire. You can do almost anything you put your mind to. Every one of your songs is unique. You are a fantastic rapper, and I love your rap songs. So I'm
But
just going to put that out there.
I don't have any rap songs.
Yes, I've heard them. And you trying to minimize yourself doesn't work with me because by now we all know and love you so much. Nobody buys it, Troy. Nobody's buying it. Why don't you, for anyone who isn't aware of who you are, why don't you lead us off with a song so people can be aware of what you sound like?
Okay, I'm gonna make up one.
Yay!
Sugar no like to go to the gym. Sugar no like big crowds. Sugar no like when there's too many voices. But he loves his lady friends.
Yes.
Sugar don't like to go to the gym. But he can lift the bus, you and your brother and them. Sugar is from another period of time. Sugar is a friend of yours and mine. Sugar, sugar is a friend of yours and a friend of mine. One day Sugar was walking down the road. A gypsy farted in his face and blamed it on him. One day Sugar was walking down the road. A gypsy farted in his face and blamed it on him.
How you know this?
How you know this? How you know this, Troy? Were you there? Were you psychic? That was absolutely a hit song, and I do hope that it's recorded very soon. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm
And it rhymes.
I'm gonna collaborate with Gogol Bordello on it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to record that, Renee.
Yeah,
we
seriously.
need to record that, Renee. I mean,
Yes. Sometimes I forget too.
It's nice.
Troy, what is your, for people who don't know, talk a little bit about, you talked with Dennis Sardon on Reasonably Spontaneous Conversation, a little bit about your father and about your, how you were formally introduced to music. I was really inspired by that. Can you give an overview of that, of your introduction to the technicalities of music theory and what you just did right there, being such a professional?
Yeah, him showing me all the jazz and stuff when I was like, I don't know, 11, 12, at an early age like that, it really has a profound impact on your brain. It's like, it's like kids eating really healthy food. It's just good for you. And it taught me about improvisation and so many years absorbed into that type of music and watching the way the decisions they make over the chord changes. It just like I just intuitively absorbed it, and it's really valuable, especially in songwriting. Like to understand melody and the process of that and the question and answer aspect of it, and it keeps the music interesting. They say a good jazz musician is one that you can't predict the next move. I always really liked that. I don't really like jazz a whole lot. I like old school jazz, like bebop, Charlie Parker, John Coltrane, and then the stuff that my dad introduced me to, like fusion bands like Weather Report, Mojave New Orchestra, and Chick Corea. I like that stuff, but even that stuff can get kind of corny, and I see why it puts people off. Jazz gets a really bad rap, especially because of smooth jazz, or as they call it, muzak. It's like cheap jazz. It's like that McDonald's jazz, it's not good for you. Like that Kenny G, I don't mean to be a shit talker. Kenny G he's a beautiful dude and an extremely talented musician. But when I see there's two sides to it. Like on one hand, he's good at what he does, but it's also, and it's just my opinion, but it's a lot of people's opinion. That shit is corny.
Yeah, it's kind of soulless, and it made other people sour on the entire genre, and I get it. And he
Yeah,
got a lot of accolades, and he got a lot of attention, and it was kind of
yeah.
that cheesy thing where then real musicians didn't want to align themselves with that, and it ruined that
Yeah.
whole reputation.
There's so much music out there though that's extremely cringy and it's still really good, like Steely Dan. On one hand, it's like rich white people music, but at the same time, it's like really freaking good, like that.
Oh, Steely Dan is absolutely amazing. They are
Like El
brilliant.
Gaucho, that
Mhm.
album, and some of
So I've been
Asia.
listening to that like nonstop lately. It's so interesting you say that. And they're on tour right
Yeah,
now, by the way. They're on tour.
yeah. It's really good stuff. Really good with their instruments and I don't know if they record themselves, but kind of sounds like they do. Like whenever a band just sounds really crisp, but they're usually recording themselves. Like Cake, that band records themselves in their studio. Apparently, it's all solar panel powered, which
Right.
is
Well, see,
badass.
yeah, and I feel like you're one of those badasses too. You tend to like to have a lot of your own creative control, right? I mean, I know you have a band, I know you work well with others, you record other people, but you're actually a one-man army if you have to be, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you can do all the instruments on a track, you can write the track, you can sing on the track, you can do the backup vocals, and you can also produce it, mix it, all that, master it, and do the music video for it, which is, I mean, very few people can do something like that. You're very well rounded.
it's quite lucrative.
Well, I hope that I hope that it will be, because honestly, if it's not, I mean, who's doing it better than you? I
Oh,
don't think that there's
tons of
anyone who would be
people.
able to do it.
I don't really
I don't
take
think anyone would be
myself
doing
too
it better.
seriously. I kind of do this as pretend. It's like playing house. I put out albums, but I don't really consider them albums. Not like a Radiohead album or a Michael Jackson album or something of extreme talent. Like my stuff, like, and it's maybe an escape. That mentality of not taking it too seriously that makes it doable. Because if I took myself too seriously, I would have too much pressure. It's like that's the disclaimer at the end of the day. If people don't like it and they think it's trash, well, shit, me too. You know?
It's almost like you're protecting yourself emotionally. You're a very humble person. You're a very modest person.
Yeah,
So
and I'm
maybe
also
that's the
very
buffer.
sensitive. And
Hmm. Yeah.
if I'm gonna do this and be really sensitive the way that I am, I can't care when people you know talk it down. Got to get used to that and just laugh it off like, yeah, you're right. I suck.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of a weird
You don't
situation.
suck.
No, he doesn't suck. It's a weird
You're
situation,
amazing.
Troy. Is what I would say is that the more you succeed, the more you're going to have
The
people
more,
jealous,
yeah, the more
and they're going to
attention you
say that.
get, the more people see it and they get pissed the fuck off.
Right.
You know,
So
it.
you have to just keep succeeding. You can't, the negativity is coming because you're so good. And the only
Yeah,
thing you can do about it is to then actually suck, which would make people comfortable with you. But why would you want to do that?
yeah. I always consider myself a student. Like Miles Davis said, always keep your instrument by your side and never stop learning new things. Never tell yourself that you've got it. Never be cocky about it. Like, man, I'm the best. Oh my god. It's too many people that suffer from that eternal bias. That voice
Yeah.
inside says, "I'm the best and nobody's better than me." You know.
It's always better to let someone else say that about you, which so many people do say that
Yeah,
about you.
and then when they do, you got to deny it. You got to be like,
You
"Nah."
you got to be like, no, it's like this old thing. Someone says like, wow, what a great sweater. And you say this old thing. You got to do
I
that. You got
just
to play
threw
the
it
game.
on. I
I
threw it
just
on.
threw it out. I found it in my closet.
I
That's what
tripped
you do
over
about
it.
everything. I tripped over this cashmere sweater in my closet. That's so dear. You know what I love about you, Troy, is like you can go so deep, and then the next second you can get so goofy. You're very charismatic. That's why people love you. Is you're very approachable and you're sensitive and kind. But then we also know you're this creative genius who's going to deny it. But of course, you're in on it. You do know,
But
and
that
you.
by denying it, that doesn't mean that I think that I'm a creative genius, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I have, okay, I'll say this. I think I have really good taste in
Yeah.
music, you know? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
making it to entertain myself because I don't ever assume like I'm gonna make this track and put it out there and it's gonna be on fire. You know, like I always just assume that the worst will happen, you know, that it'll flop and no one really care about it. So it's always for me to begin with. And if I don't like it, I'll just keep on changing. And that's why a lot of times I'll re-upload videos like 3 or 4 times
Mm-hmm.
because I'll just keep on noticing new things about it. But I can't hold myself back from uploading it because I get really anxious, you know, like whenever I finish something or I think it's finished, I want to put it out there, but I always end up finding things about it that are wrong and have to take it down and re-upload. I'm a bit of
Right.
perfectionist, you
You're a
know.
perfectionist. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a perfectionist. And like, the cool thing though is you don't allow your perfectionism to paralyze you. If anything, you're doing things more and
It
more
yeah.
proactively. So at least that's really healthy right
I
there.
got
Everybody.
OCD, got really bad OCD too. So like
Mm-hmm.
I can't like I'll tell myself like, okay, that's it. That's the last album I'm doing. And then I'm gonna like
Mm-hmm.
start working out or something or learn to ride a horse. But it never goes that way.
Isn't it better though to concentrate on what you're really good at? Like if you think of everyone that's your hero or that you are impressed by or who's changed the world, they usually are quite obsessive about one
Yeah.
thing and they do it quite well.
Yeah, they're all obsessive
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, think about, really anyone we can pull off the top of our heads is going to be someone who was just so deeply focused that they were addicted to what they were doing, almost in an unhealthy way sometimes. I mean, I guess maybe even their families, they're not paying as much attention to their self-care or something. They get really into what they're doing, but that's how they make an impact. And obviously, the best case scenario would be if we can make healthy choices for self-care and relationships, but then also focus entirely in what we're doing. And I think that when it comes to someone like you, even within your art, though, you are well-rounded. You just so happen to be multi-talented. A lot of musicians cannot write their own songs or record their own songs, and certainly most wouldn't be able to make music videos. The music video that you did for Diane Call recently, I'm blanking on the name right now. The one with it had the
Oh,
gnome and the
Cowboy
hand. And,
Church.
oh, Cowboy Church. Yeah, sorry, I blanked on that. But that music video
It's really
was so
good. Yeah.
nuanced. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
That
Everyone
was
should try to look at that. Everyone should
it's a
find
great
that.
collaboration, you know. Collaborations are always the funnest for me because I get so
Yeah.
tired of my own workspace, you know, my inside my brain, like the way that I think. I love hearing other people's input. That stuff I did with Fred Bowman recently was really good. Did two
Oh,
tracks with
yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really incredible. He's unique. I've never seen an artist like him ever.
Yeah, he kept on sending me voicemails of him doing his poetry and I was like, "Damn, man, we got to collaborate for real though."
Yeah. Yeah. And then talk a little bit about the Lars Nagel collaboration that's coming up.
Oh yeah, we're about to drop four of them on you.
It's exciting. He's incredible. He's another amazing singer-songwriter. So
Yeah,
a collaboration
and
between you two
he's fun
is
to
just.
do shows with Diane too.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them are really fun to play out with and work with. Yeah, Lars,
Mm-hmm.
he's he's got 4 digipacks, which are like uh, they're like CDs, but like they're made out of paper and like or cardboard, you know, and like
Mm-hmm.
you open it up and it's got 2 pictures, one behind the CD and then one behind the actual cover. It's
Right.
really nice, and I think y'all saw Diane's on that stream that we did yesterday at Fantasyland.
Mm-hmm.
Hers came
Mm-hmm.
out really good, and
Yeah.
I got it over here somewhere. Where is it? Uh, I don't know where it is. but it
It's
looks really
okay.
good. You know how like whenever you need something, it's never
I know
there.
it's like not there, and like it was probably
Ha
right there. I mean, you
ha.
got it. There you go. Let's see it. Hold it right up there.
So
There
there's
you
the
go.
so
I
bright
love it. Happy fish.
in here, but yeah, then you open it up. It's just beautiful, and I'm so proud of that because those pictures we took with my camera, like that was in her kitchen. Those were like Christmas lights, and then I knew that it would be like a good idea to put a picture of the fishbowl behind the CD because then see how it looks like.
Yeah, that looks so great. You're so you're so visual, Troy. The thing is, you're a visual artist and you're a musical artist. The way that you do cinematography and then the way that's
It's
put
got
together
little
is
bubbles and stuff,
so beautiful. I
And
love
and
underwater imagery.
in the track listing, that's her handwriting. We used
Oh wow! So it's
my
so personal.
yeah, looks way better than computer generated text. I always loved when people hand draw their CDs, like Carlton Heston. He's a friend of mine from Atlanta. He has like an amazing voice, and he makes a lot of stuff and puts it on Bandcamp. And usually, all of his artwork he draws by hand, like individually on each CD. Puts so much time and effort into it. Means a lot to me as a consumer of music to see like to hold a copy in my hand and know that probably 20 minutes went into doing that. It's much more special.
It's very special. Julie's asking how she can purchase an autographed copy of that.
Yes, I was going to say the audience
Of Happy Fish.
How much?
Of Happy.
So that's the radio version of the CD, and then she's ordering more that have a couple audio adjustments on them, and so once she gets those in, then she can they'll be available.
Okay, wonderful. So Julie, you can also DM Troy or Diane Call to ask about that. That's wonderful. You have been heard. Troy, do you want to play another song? I'm gonna leave. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here, but Sandy's gonna come back on, or actually Dritta is gonna come on in her stead. Thank you for allowing me to have this conversation. Thank you, Dritta, for allowing me to be here. It meant so much to me because I'm such a big fan of yours.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, my sister. I miss you all the time. I miss
love you so much.
Please come again soon. I miss you.
Thank you so much. And Sugar, love you, Sugar. And Troy, play me out. I will dance out as we go here. Thank you so much, Dritta. Thank you, my sister, for allowing me to be here. Thank you so much. That meant so much to me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Your religion, keep it out of my transaction. $20 at the gas station. Easy to say, hard to do. Thanks for biting me with your wisdom tooth. I can feel it inside. It's become my truth. This world is pretend. Notes of rock and roll ain't gonna make you sin. But wipe your phone before you die. The day of judgment, I'm sad. The day of judgment, I'm bad. The day of judgment, I find with every life I've become more divine. Raise a glass to your mental health. You can only protest something so much until you're throwing a banquet in its honor. Life is a seesaw of wisdom and wankery. sleep, something to eat, someone to love, someone to meet, maybe from above. I can't remember when I'm bombarded on the bone. Shall I, my imperial, with forbidden fruit, serenade my beanstalk with a magic flute? Time is a stranger, sending you those birthday greetings.
Wow, that was very nice.
Thank
You
you.
sing very, very beautiful song. You make us feel very relaxed.
I
You
love
can see
it.
how
I need to press
relaxed
the
I am.
button, please. Can I press the button?
You have a button to press.
Sugar, you were falling asleep on me. I don't appreciate you falling asleep on my show, you know?
You give Sugar nothing to do. I'm sitting in back in green room.
What do you want to do? You want to do some
Little
fun,
drool
funky
coming
moves or
down.
what? Dance?
Sugar, no sleep, never.
Sugar got 4 hours of sleep last night.
Oh no.
So yes,
Sugar, a
You need to
man's
hang out
very
with
man.
Jimmy.
sad. Neighbors are very noisy.
You
They
need to
stay
hang
up
out with
very
Jimmy.
late.
My neighbors suck. They're out there fighting all the time. They're out there fighting right now.
Can we
Where
hear?
is this?
Can we hear this?
Where are they fighting? Where?
Really?
Where
I
is
want to
this?
hear. Please, bring them on the show. Tell them they can fight on the live show.
I'm afraid of them.
That would be real
They-
entertainment, no?
I like
They-
to see fights.
They legitimately scare me.
What do you mean?
Jerry.
What
I don't
do
know,
you mean?
you know,
Legitimately. What is
like
this?
like the average person like screams like, you know, X amount of time per day, you know. They just go the entire day screaming. It's like hell over there.
Well, at
They're
least you
burning-
don't live there.
They're burning down with witches and the dead.
You have witches problem.
They got black X's on their palms. You know what I'm saying? Their eyeballs are falling out.
There are movies about witches. And someone said I look like Ron Weasley. What does this mean? Do you know
Wait,
this?
I don't see the comment. The comment? Oh, Lars Nagel. Wait. I don't see
What
the
up,
comment.
Lars? Thanks
Lars
for tuning
is good
in.
music. I've heard Lars music.
It is the best.
Yeah. You do that very well.
Terrible way to live.
It's because my hands are always wet.
I want
Okay.
to say, Troy, I want to say, I was listening
I don't want to know.
I naturally
I was listening-
lubricate.
I don't want to know.
I can't climb
Your
anything.
muffs. La 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 la. Okay, Troy, I want to say, I was listening to your the interview with my sister Renee, and I was so touched by your answers to the questions. But I really was the whole time I was like biting my teeth, my fingernails, because I want to say something. I want
You're
to
biting your teeth?
bite. Well, yes, biting
It's like
everything,
it's like
pulling my hair
the
and
teeth
everything, going
or
crazy.
biting the teeth.
Yes,
like-
maybe the top teeth
They're
biting
like-
the bottom teeth. Like this.
And let's just say sugar. I was going crazy, okay? Because I want to add something to what my sister Renee was saying about Troy Moore, like the poster. Okay, the person who made the poster is getting fired tonight, okay? But
I'm trying to
But
get
I
job
love
as
that.
insurance salesman.
That was hilarious.
I want to say the thing that I love so much about Troy is I can joke around with him so easy. It makes me feel like I want to have fun and laugh, and I feel like he can take a joke, and he's so warm and snuggly. Like he's such a good character. I love his character, and on top of the music is of course a given, right? But your personality is so warm and loving and fun. You are fun
That's
loving
what
character,
matters
and
the most.
that's why I love you
That's
so
what I put
much. I
all.
just had to
That's
add
what.
that.
Yeah,
She
I
says
have
she
a
wants
hard
to have
time.
laughing funds.
I have a hard time like commending myself musically or artistically, but like I will agree with anyone who says that about my character. And that's not to say that I'm like an angel or anything, because everyone has a dark side. But I could
Don't
totally
look
be
like
an
Angel.
asshole. I can totally be a dumbass and asshole and all that, jackass. But I just think it's the most important thing.
I
That's
don't
the
look
thing.
like
That's what
Angel.
I strive to be more than anything else, is just kind to people. Because we're
You're
all
very
wrestling with
close.
demons, and it's really freaking hard
It's
sometimes.
demons.
You know, it's messed up. Or we're all fighting a spiritual battle that's going on inside of us, and we have no idea. We're just getting custard cookies and Starbucks and going on about our day, but inside of us, there's hellfire raging about. There's ducks with six legs. Poisonous Twinkies, all kinds of craziness. It's
You see a
chaos.
duck with 6 legs?
Six legs ducks.
I've never
You
seen
know,
them.
beavers that drool continuously. Um, you know, Roads that buckle under your feet. You know, clouds that fall on your head while you're walking your dog. You just got to be kind. And
Yeah.
that's what
No,
Kimono My
it's
House
true.
and
Life is
SDF
so
and
hard.
Cosmos and all this stuff inspires me to do. I see such sweet people connecting on here, and showing their art. And I just think it's the most beautiful thing ever, because there's so many people fighting out there right now, like, Trump's our Lord and Savior. Woo! And then, people that are on
I've
the
seen much
opposite
of
end,
this.
like, no, he's the devil. It's like a huge turmoil going on politically right now. And then there's the people that are like, we're fucking killing the planet. The planet's dying. It's dead. And then there's the people like, I don't think there's anything wrong with burning coal. Just burn that shit away. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Fill up my goddamn truck right now and give me a damn donut if you want to make some money. You know,
It's so
there's
true.
always polarizing conversations going on. There's people on the internet fighting with each other, like, hey, you're an asshole. And then they run away and you never see them in person, little digital bullies, dropping
This is
their,
called
their
a
emoji
troll, right?
slangs. Yeah, trolls.
Troll.
And then there's
Hey,
atrocities going on in Ukraine and,
I had
and
the girl call me a troll once.
other, you know, there's so many atrocities happening over the world, and it's just so much darkness. So to see people getting along, seeing you guys do your shows all the time, it's just the most beautiful thing ever, because you don't give a shit what's going on around the world when you're in this bubble of beauty. You're just experiencing people at their best. You know,
you know
it's
what? Too,
just
I
great.
think like life is so freaking hard, man.
It
Even
doesn't
the
need to
people that
be
they look
harder
like
than
they have
hard. Yeah,
everything on the outside, but they might not. You might have more than them. You cannot see. You cannot see
yeah.
what inside someone's life. Unless like you live next door and you hear them fighting all the time. Maybe the house is pretty nice house, but you hear the fighting all the time. See, life is
They probably got all
not
these nice. I
everybody
mean,
is
I know they
always
got
singing
nice
the same
cars over
joy.
there. I'm not really into cars or anything, but they're obviously driving some fine automobiles, and I see them, walking through the door with bodacious lumps of groceries all the time. So they're living good. I bet they got a flat screen TV and a miniature golf set in their living room.
I
But they
like
don't
flat
get
screen
along.
TV.
Me too. Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
They're
But
wonderful.
the
I like
the people
Netflix.
just aren't happy. They're going through emotional turmoil. It's you know
That's why I think too much internet, Troy, because when
Whether it be
yeah.
400 years ago or today,
You
everyone
got to
has
use
their
the
share
internet for the right
of,
thing. It's
of
like a tool. It's
pain
like
and happiness.
it's so
it's like
Each,
a,
addicting
each
now.
is what
You
you
get
make it.
addicted, like addicted. What do you addicted? I'm addicted to the internet. Okay, When I
Yeah,
was a
I'm a
kid, I came home with the street, had no cell phones, no typewriters, no, I had the old fashioned typewriter, like old big one like this, and you press like this. You cannot. We had no typewriter, no cell phones. You came home with the street lights come on. You come home. So I'm old school like that. And now I see the teenagers. They're different now. Now everybody's different because everyone's so addicted to the internet. No.
Yeah, people are addicted to being addicted. You know, you take their snack away, they'll find a new one. Real
Just got to
talk.
take a break. I think like my mom told me one time. Too much of anything is not good. Little bit okay. Not too much of anything is not going to be good. Too much
Yeah,
soda, too much milk, too much water.
this
Nothing too
porridge
much,
is
no good.
just right. Yeah,
I like the fact that in this day and time, children are allowed to be children. They don't have to go to work when they're 12.
yeah. I'm
You
very
know,
thankful for that because I'm a late bloomer. I didn't start driving until I was like 23 or something like that. And I like
sometimes you
being a
can't.
child. I don't want to grow up, man. You know, the hell with that, man. I want to be goofy. But adults out there, like where I work up at Kenworth in Atlanta, I go there a great deal of the time and wash trucks and cars and stuff. And I'm just walking around like, just being me and listening to music with my big goofy headphones. I got these turquoise headphones from Amazon. I wear them constantly because I gotta
I
drown
love it.
out the bad energy.
I
And
love it.
I go into like the showroom where all the salesmen are that sell the trucks for them, and like they just look like they have no sense of humor, and what little bit of sense of humor they have is all like judgmental. They're just walking around like, yeah, Suzanne, you wore those shoes really? you know like, hey
Aren't those
Dave,
people kind of
aren't those
intimidating?
cotton dockers half off?
I feel so
you know
intimidated around those people. But you are
yeah,
never like that.
I'll never be
You
like
were
that.
someone
I'm
right
a
away.
big
I know
fan.
I would love you. I would
I'm a
get
big
along
fan
with you.
of
And I
of
would
the
love
of the Peter Pan, and Captain Hook, that movie. Just based on their idealism that they stay young forever and live in a world of maybes and wonders. I it's so it takes the life out of me to see people that are so over the hill and jaded and just stuck in their ways, and they just can't pull the stick out of their ass for 1 second. They're always complaining about something, or they're always pointing out who's wrong. They know more about what they're against than what they're for.
Are you talking about these people they call the Karen?
Karens,
That's the
the
girl.
Karens.
like
Offense to
just people,
Karens.
and
To
these
us.
people, they're not like that their entire lives. They just go through phases, I think. Like no one's absolutely an asshole, but people can be assholes. And it's because the world is stressful and there's all these unrealistic expectations that for, like financially, like everyone's like, oh, where do you work? Everyone's judging each other and asking personal questions like that, just so low key dissing, so they can get a rise. Like, you know, it's like, be a child. Don't worry about excelling in every avenue of life. None of it really matters where you work. I love Fight Club. I love that movie because the message is so freaking. It rings eternally true that we don't we are not the amount that's in our bank, or what kind of khakis we're wearing, or how many ducks we have in our swimming pool. You know,
6 foot ducks.
it's all a personality. And I know, my personality is really annoying to a lot of people that are just like very regimented, and their mind is like, a math equation. It's got no room for wiggles and wobbles. But my mind is all just like very carefree. And not to say that I'm lazy or like a piece of shit or anything, because I do wash dishes and pick up trash every time I see it. I think it's it's a good thing to try constantly to make the environment around you better. I know it doesn't look like that, but I do pick up around here. When I see spiders stuck in the sink, I help them out. I help them out of the sink so they can be on their way. And a lot of time
I
they'll
don't
just
like
walk towards
spiders.
the edge of the counter and fall down and die on the floor. So now I've been putting a book because I know where they're going to go. They're going to freak out as soon as they get out of the sink. They're going to start running towards the edge and try to jump off, which is like 30 feet for them, I bet. So I help them down with the elevator usually. But just gotta be kind and embrace the child within because it never goes away. People just suppress it, walk around like, yeah, I drive a Ferrari. I live in a penthouse. Where are you living? What's in your wallet? Let's talk about your wallet. Oh yeah, Chuck E. Cheese. Is that a Chuck E. Cheese token? Just get back from Chuck E. Cheese. Eating. Got no kids with you, I see. What eating Chuck E. Cheese when you're an adult? Eat that cheap pizza? Oh, come on, buddy. You can do better. Let's go down to Tony's. It's a nice little quiet place in the village. Like fuck that, man. I want Chuck E. Cheese. I don't even like Chuck E. Cheese.
No,
I
it's so
don't know
true.
this Chuck E. Cheese.
So true because my family, my my family, we do things differently than most American culture. We live together in one big house. Nobody moves out. We just
That's
change
beautiful.
rooms.
I live
Change
here with
rooms.
my
We
two
save
brothers
money.
and my mom.
You don't want
My
to work
dad,
hard and then give the money away. You want to work hard and
yeah.
keep the money in the bank.
Plus, like with property taxes these days, damn man, like everyone's got to work together, and the inflation, you know, it's really hard right now for everyone. That's why it's so
Well,
important to like keep making music and stay within the community and stay off of drugs and
stay good. Stay
exercise.
stay healthy.
Stay healthy. It sounds lame. Like I know
It's not
everyone's thinking like smoke crack rocks, but it's like nah, man, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, there's some
no.
people that close by that like to do
Just
the
say
crack.
no.
Like to do the crack.
You know,
Um.
temporary eternities.
I have a few questions. We have to end the show soon. I love this. I have to go back. Everybody, come back and watch and follow on YouTube, and also But I have a few questions before we have to go. For you and Shugur. But I want to know, like, can you tell the audience, please, about like your family, your favorite comfort foods and family traditions that you would love someone for my audience to know about you, please.
Yeah. So my family consists of my mother Carrie and my two brothers Mikey and Steven. Steven's older than me by 3 or 4 years, and Mikey's younger by three. And I'm 33. I don't know if that matters, but yeah. And we all really like rotisserie chicken. We get that a lot because
I love it.
it's a good purchase. And right now in the times we're in, I like getting noodles like the macaroni like six in a pack or whatever at Kroger, and ramen noodles, and then mixing that in with like chicken, the rotisserie chicken, and like Brussels sprouts and broccoli and spinach and stuff like that. Really like the vinaigrette salad dressing because all that other stuff, the blue cheese and ranch, it's just trash, just like mud in your butt guts. So
What is rotisserie chicken?
rotisserie
It goes
chicken,
on the rotisserie.
Rotisserie
It goes
chicken.
around.
they got those in a bag. It looks like a
Oh,
purse. It's like a juicy meat pocket of a purse, and they usually it's to the
so
left in
it goes around
Kroger's.
and around like the flame underneath, right? It goes around and
No,
around.
no, no. Like it's in a bag and it's sealed up. So you just grab the bag and you don't got to worry about the drip or anything.
It's
Like it's
cooked
ready
though,
to
But
right?
go.
it's
Yeah, it's
cooked on
cooked.
rotisserie that spins around, right?
And it's got good seasonings on it too. Like it just tastes good. Tastes good on your buds, and
You're
it
making me
feels
so
good in your
hungry.
gutty wats.
Oh, you're
So
making me so hungry.
And then our
You say
favorite
so.
activity together as a family, me and Steven and Mikey like playing video games. Like me and Steven have been playing Donkey Kong Country 1 on Super Nintendo because it's really nostalgic and it looks really good on an old school, tube type CRT TV. We do that downstairs just to kind of revisit our childhood you know, before all the bombs of hatred fell onto the world back when we were blissfully ignorant in our childhood. And then Mikey and me, we play up here on this computer. We play Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild because it's just a massive game, and like even if you're not into like violence on video games, like and there's not much of it really, but you can still do other things. Like you can go around and like pick up crabs. You can pick up mushrooms in this game, and it's just massive. Like it's like if you don't have a big backyard, it's okay because there's one on this game, and you can walk it forever, and it's just magical. And the music doesn't really get in the way, like it's just little sprinkles of melody on the just every once in a while you'll just hear the piano go bing, and it's just perfect. Everything about it is just like gauged and calculated and calibrated for your comfort and pleasure.
I don't play video games because I think there's a lot of this bad violence in the video games.
Yeah,
They
like
have the
what
they
is
have
it
the
called?
Grand
Grand
Theft
Theft
Auto
Auto. Yeah. So the graphics in that game
and
are
Mafia
amazing.
Boss, where you play the Mafia Boss and
Sounds like you do
you
play
make
these
women
games.
undress.
But yeah,
I've
the
seen them.
graph
People try to get me to play. I don't like them.
you should just stop
I
playing
don't
them,
feel
man.
like it's real.
But yeah, it looks aerially real, but you can tell it's not real. But it's just incredible that they can do that with the graphics, like the Unreal Engine that they use, the Epic Games uses for all that stuff. Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto. It's amazing the way it looks. But you're right,
And
it
the
is
Call
very
of Duty
negative. Like when you're walking around and you can pretty much do anything you want, it kind of like it's like saying it's like giving the demons your car keys. It's like telling them like, hey, explore all of your twisted kinks, because in this reality there's no consequence. And a lot of people
yes,
have the argument like, oh,
I
it's
think
good
this
in
is bad.
therapy because everyone wants to burn and break shit, and you can do it in this reality, and then you won't do it out in the world. But who's to say that doing it in the game isn't gonna like make you, like just like doing a drug, like start out on pot and then that doesn't do it for you anymore, and then you go to cocaine, you go to cocaine, and then that doesn't do it for you anymore, and then you start smoking crack, and then you're like passed out in a chicken coop on PCP and you're shitting yourself. It could escalate potentially, but that's not to say that that's an absolution for like video games, because it depends on who it is. But it's 50-50.
I think I cannot try those things because my parents always tell me don't take candy from strangers
What is
ever.
this?
Yeah.
So I cannot do it. But um, we are running out of
It's
time.
fire.
Can you tell
It's
us
fire,
about your
Shugor.
family
But how do
traditions?
you do that from your fingers? Oh,
Oh,
wait a minute. You have something in your hand. Okay. I was wondering how you get the
99
light from
cents
your
at the Dollar
fingers.
Tree.
All
You go
right.
down to the Dollar Tree, you ask him for a yellow bit, you come home and get yellow thirsty.
And they'll charge you $125 for it. Because now it is no longer dollar store, it's $125 store.
I send some sparks. Yeah.
Now I see you have something in hand. I'm okay.
I love
It's
that
not
song.
magic fire.
Bic.
Not magic
I hope
fire.
Troy, do you know is there a way you can come back you can go back and watch from this live show and record that song that you sang for us today?
About
Then
Shugor?
so everybody can hear that song if they missed
Yeah.
the show today.
She
I'd
wants
love
you
that
to
so
do the
much.
Sugar song again.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Sugar song. I
absolutely.
love it so much. It's
Yeah, I can
amazing.
download the video and then
Sugar!
I
Yes,
can
with the
isolate that
back
part
the
and
background.
upload it to YouTube or whatever, or Facebook.
So amazing.
Absolutely, I sure
I
can.
have a feeling I'm going to get a call for footage.
Okay, we run out of time. We're getting over.
It was
over
great
the hour now.
talking with you, Drita and Shugor, and
Nice to
Yes.
meet you.
and Renee.
You seem like very
Yes.
nice guy.
Thank you,
Who knows how to
Troy. I'm so
decipher
happy
in camera.
to have you on my show, and Sugar, it's the first time meeting you. So nice to meet you, and welcome. And I hope you stay warm now, because I know you've been freezing for a long time.
My
So
girlfriend
please stay
keeps
warm.
me warm. Again,
And
we like to stay inside and
and also Troy Moore, he did the purple shampoo video for Sandy D. So I just have to say that in the notes. And we love you, Troy, and we love you, Troy, and please come back on the show.
I will.
Thank you so much. I am so blessed. Okay, thank you,
have good
everybody.
night.
We love you.
Sleep tight. Don't let bed bugs bite.
Thank you.